In fact, we have 18 presidential candidates just looking for the #1 seat.
That's right.
And only 4 of them are visible: APC, Labour, PDP, and NNPP. But we have 18 of them. But the other ones, we don't even know their names. Wow, beauty. Beauty, what is going on? Only 4. Do you even know any other political party apart from these 4?
It's funny, but I think the system of the country has given way to that. Actually, over the years, it's been so, like, I have grown up to know, because you see certain so many candidates vying for positions from different parties, and eventually it drops to maybe 3. Even I think it's even more this year. Once we have someone like Concourse joining them.
Okay. Okay. In fact, before this time, we used to have almost like 50 political parties before, or more than.
And then you also know that the reason why there are 4 political parties, you call the NNPP, right? Is as a result of the personality, the candidate or the party.
The man,
if not,
yes.
the party itself is not known.
It's true, you're right.
That, yeah.
You're right. Okay. Now, as we speak, all is now set for the unveiling by the president the new Naira, the new redesigned Naira notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can I say about that? It's about taking place now. This is okay. This is 9:30. Maybe about 10, 11, 12. So all is now set for that, and new Naira notes. New Naira notes.
Well, we wait to see how different the economy will be like. What will be the value of Naira? Is it going to appreciate more, or is it going to depreciate more? Beyond that, we want to see what this new Naira note can do for the economy of this country.
Okay.
Does that mean that, okay, this money stopped the kidnappers from collecting it as a ransom? Does that mean the fake people cannot prank with this money and say, okay, this is what we know about Naira? Because in Nigeria or Africa, once you are introducing a new system in place, there are other people who are out to really make sure that they know what to do even before that system comes into play. So there are a lot of people redesigning the fake new Naira notes again. So what is the government? I don't know what the government is going to do regarding that effect. Are they having enough machinery in place to check all this and make sure that, okay, we're not going to do the same mistake we actually did during the last notes?
Yeah, well, the CBN or the federal government, they have enumerated the expected results from the redesigning. They have lined up how it's going to re-energize the economy. We are looking forward to see that this redesigning will start a new phase in our economic revitalization. Let's hope that all will be well with the intention or the intent of the federal government.
That's right.
Beauty, do you think this new Naira note will put more Nairas in your pocket?
I will hope so, because I want to believe that it's a way of curbing excess spending.
Okay.
During the forthcoming election, because the elections are close, and so many people still have the old Naira with them stock. And now that the new Naira is out and it's still yet to be in circulation, it's going to be a kind of a way to curb excess spending.
Okay, that's right. Well, the other stories trending in the country. Keisha, do you have anything from you? After that, we'll go to beat and see what we have today.
The first story that actually breaks the social media some hours ago is this aspect of a lady, a landlord in Abuja that has been, renting an apartment that wasn't hers for the past 17 years.
Oh my God!
So she's been earning from that apartment for over. It's not just a little apartment. She's been earning for the past 17 years. and the property doesn't belong to her. So that is really an amazing story.
Yeah.
That we don't know how we got to this point, what really happened, and of course we also discover a lot of properties in town, a lot of houses in town locked up somewhere, empty houses that
people are not living inside.
No occupants.
We don't even know who owns them.
That's right.
For a long, we drive around, you see houses empty. You don't know who owns them. You don't know how they come about. People are not living inside. You know, like this case in question now. Okay, right. For the past 17 years,
yeah,
you have been collecting rent from people. Meanwhile, the building does not belong to you.
Right.
This underscores the level of criminality.
That's right.
Your life is soaked in criminality. This woman may be married with children, but meanwhile she knows that she's doing the wrong thing and she's going to. Has police been drafted?
She's been drafted.
Okay.
She's an old lady now.
Oh.
She should be in her early 50s or late 50s as well.
Okay.
So she's facing the law right now. And beyond that, we also saw a wonderful prayer on social media trending right now. I'm just trying to really catch my breath before I discuss on that. We saw the deputy governor of Kogi State talking about Edward Onoja.
Onoja, yeah.
Yeah, who actually posted congratulate the daughter graduating from the school. And
I hope the school is in this country.
Well, that is not even the subject matter here.
Okay.
The subject matter is just what comes after the. So the story has it here. Omoyere Shawore now saw the post and decided to make a prayer.
Okay, prayer.
A prayer.
Okay.
So it became like a prayer to prayer, for the past few hours. So permit me to just look at what. Now, he came up to say, I congratulate your daughter on this special occasion. May she never live in the world of impunity. May she never become unemployed upon graduation.
Amen.
May her future be bright, and may she never have to work without getting paid.
Amen.
May her pension never be denied her. Amen. When she retires.
Amen.
May she never be silenced for speaking up against tyranny.
Oh my God.
And may she never die in election-related violence.
Amen.
Once again, congratulations to her. That was a letter from Shawore.
So, a presidential aspirant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the activist, anyway.
Okay.
Then we saw the Onoja now.
Onoja has reacted?
Yeah,
okay.
Reacted to a lot of things. It's laughable anyway. And he took it personal now. The first thing he said, I pray that is from Onoja now.
Okay.
I pray that you are Nigerian and patriotic enough to stay at home, establish and have your family here in Nigeria, just like I have done.
Okay.
It will teach you to truly work for the improvement of this country for that sake. I pray you are a man enough to hustle with your mates, working to assume leadership of the nation by paying your dues and not trying to jump in through the windows like palliative tips.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
So several paragraphs like that.
Okay.
We have over 5 paragraphs from him.
Okay.
But I think some of the languages he used there was uncalled for. Yeah, Edward Onoja was uncalled for. These are the kind of languages we try as much as possible to speak against, not to have this in a public domain.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, what is the big deal? A government official, deputy governor, you are showcasing your daughter's graduation to the public, but this is politics.
Yeah.
But I don't even know the school the daughter went, whether it's a public school, I don't know. Well, that reminds me of ASU strike. ASU, they are back to school. Are they even back to school?
Are they back to school?
Yeah. The point is that they are still after losing 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay. Officially, they have gone back to school. Yeah. But have they started studying? But the point is that Another argument again.
Right.
Half salary, half full salary. Federal government is saying this, ASU is saying this, yet our students are suffering. I don't know. Beauty, do you have any trendy story coming from you?
Yeah, as it concerns ASU.
Okay.
I heard one of the ladies, I think her mom, a student's mother, talking about the daughter that since she returned to school, there has not been any lecture.
No lecture.
That the daughter is just in school, playing in the hostel, according to her. That's what the report is as at 2 days ago.
Okay.
When I was having a conversation with her, and it's pathetic because she was actually saying the daughter called in for feeding money.
Okay.
She was angry. So
Feeding money, yeah. Now, she has gone back. The daughter has gone back to school, spending money,
and nothing is going
and
on.
nothing is going on.
Well, I think the whole thing is just confusing. The students are confused. Parents back home are confused.
ASU
is confused. The
Government
federal
is
government
confused.
is actually leading
Oh.
the confusion. So
Federal government is leading the
it's
confusion.
leading the confusion. So
Yeah, oh my God.
because even if you allow, just like the question you asked now, I've not seen anybody saying, okay, we've resumed lectures. Those who were meant to write exams, they are on. And we try as much as possible to expect us to say, okay, we'll try, we want to use the few months to make sure that we cover a lot that we were not able to do during the strike. So probably this administration just try as much as possible to force us back to school. Yeah, you can force them back to school, but you can't force them back to class.
Again, as a matter of fact, the
Yeah.
ASU, when the federal government went to court to force ASU to go back to class, the ASU president said something.
Yeah.
It's okay. He painted a scenario of you force a doctor to attend to a patient.
Yeah.
Maybe wahala with that. So it's the same thing now.
Yeah.
You are forcing lecturers to go to what are you with empty stomach?
Right.
What are you teaching them? It's unfortunate.
But-
Well, another trending story is that Atiku and Obi finally met Christian Association of Nigeria to, well, the other time they met, Tinubu, APC candidate, met Khan, and it's a series of Khan meeting all the presidential aspirants.
Yeah.
And it was a turn of Atiku and Obi, as well as SDP presidential candidate Adewoye, who was on this seat before.
Yeah.
It gave them the opportunity to unveil their motives, their vision, their objectives to Khan, and just as other political parties candidates are doing. And well, as usual, it's left for Khan to tell his members which way to go. All right. Before then there was this Muslim thing that they can't say no. We're not in tune with it. We're not at home with it. And I don't know. Not like the other time that we had fake and satanic bishop that pose as women of God. Yeah. Not that one again. This one is real Khan now meeting.
And Mr. Ruben, you know that alone was enough for someone to be persecuted by the law. Impersonation.
Impersonation.
And the same person is still standing, struggling to be the president of this country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point.
And on the Daily Trust this morning, Atiku is saying, I will implement your demands.
He's talking to
Khan.
Yeah, talking to Khan.
I implement
your demands.
What are the demands? Well, Khan may have demanded certain things, maybe good governance,
right.
roads, electricity, energy, and blah 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 blah.
Policies anyway.
My people, see, politicians, when you give them microphone, they can promise even their stomach. they can promise their kidney. When I get to the office, I'm going to give you my kidney. Yeah, a politician can say that. But haven't they been saying it before? But have we been seeing results? That is the point. They have been promising. On this we have discussed now. How do they follow up their manifesto? How do they tackle the promises that they made to Nigeria? And it's very important. When you see, I keep on saying, when you see average American, average the other part of the world, when they mount rostrum to address the crowd, you can see selflessness. You can see that they mean what they are saying. They want to deliver. They can almost swear. But our own politician, even though they say they don't even believe themselves. They know that what they are saying is lies, telling lies, promising what you think you cannot deliver. It is unfortunate, and I don't know beauty. Politicians promising and not fulfilling it.
Promising and not fulfilling. It's quite disheartening, but then it's now becoming a norm in the Nigeria politics, and I don't know why. Especially when it's coming to elections periods like this.
Yeah.
You hear them making several promises and all whatnot. And then eventually, like one of our speakers here said, and I think I agree with him to an extent, that most of the times he doesn't even get to blame the politicians. The people, what is it that they are promising you? You as a people are coming to make promises. Why don't you try to ask questions? If you don't ask the right questions, then you may not get the right feedback.
That's right.
So it still falls back to us, the citizens too.
Yeah, so the problem is not just the leaders, the problem is also we followers. But this time around, in 2023, you have your voting card, you should know who to vote for. Are you voting based on religion? Are you voting based on ethnicity? We'll still come back to this problem. So you have to vote for the right person.
Yeah, you know that sounds political and sound unrealistic when he said, "I will meet your demands. I will implement your demands."
Okay.
It sounds like a mature child. You keep on saying, "Okay, I'm going to get an aeroplane for you. And anytime you go out there, I'm bringing this for you," and never shows up with it. And now you are telling us, we're talking about CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria. You're the one. This is the body you are addressing that you will implement. It sounds unrealistic.
That's right.
Yeah. So I don't believe what I think he need to say something different from what the narratives has been. He can say something different that everyone will hear and say, okay, this sounds good and sounds so
But Kish,
real.
are you actually advising Atiku to say something different, or can?
No, I'm not advising Atiku to say something different. And of course, if you don't have what to say, even if we force you to say, you're not going to say anything that will mean anything to us.
Exactly.
You understand? So if there are some things you hear under duress, we don't want to hold you to say it. The reality of your personality matters.
Exactly.
You understand?
Like a political candidate has almost 30 to 40 pages of manifesto. What is that? One of our guests here who call himself a street economist, said if he's doing his manifesto is not more than 3 or 4 pages. What? Right. 20 pages, 30 pages, you give consultants to do this for you. So at the end of the day, you don't even have the grip of what you are reading.
I think what he is doing is just to give Nigerians assignment. You'll be reading the manifesto and the time is going. By the time you get to February during the election, you are still going through the manifesto. And already he's the president or whatever office. But I'd like to take us back again to the ASU story we just talked about a few moments ago. Back to the Maduguri University, we got a story from there that that university has decided to protest the half salary issue, and of course, as a result of that, postponed the graduation. So, which means that the convocation of the school. So, if they are going back again, you've graduated from school, but no graduation ceremony, no convocation. So, how do you?
No certificate.
No certificate. So how do you look at such story? I think this is really becoming is on another level right now. You know.
Honestly, as ASU and federal government, when are we going to stop this?
Seriously, this is not funny. But they should understand that at least they underwent this process before they got to the place they are in.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one thing they should know.
And
I
they
mean, the
don't
process
feel,
of schooling.
Oh, exactly.
They don't
Every one
feel
of
it.
them did.
They don't feel it, and
Because their children are not schooling here.
And secondly, some of them that actually becoming problematic to the system. Some of them went to school without fees on scholarship.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
When there were no
Exactly.
school fees.
Exactly.
Like my father told me how in fact, somebody pleaded with you to go to school. They paid your fees. In fact, in your final year, there's a job waiting for you.
There's a job. There's
You know,
a car also waiting.
there's a
After 1
car
year, you have
waiting
the
for
car.
you. And somebody's depriving people of,
It's
getting
really
the,
sad.
even when you are paying for it. So it's not really.
No, it's
secondly, Mr. Ruben, I don't know if I will be right to say it's time for us to leave ASU and federal government, because that name is being bastardized by the citizens.
Yeah.
Let's look at the individual, the key actors in the federal government that represent the federal government. Let's look at the key actors representing ASU. What is their motive behind their argument?
Okay.
Behind their non-implementation?
Exactly.
This is really important. Who is this person? Where is your family? How did you get to become?
Yeah.
Where is your pedigree? How did you get to become the person that represents a body of people that
Exactly.
there's still problem in the system?
Exactly. And this ASU, it didn't start today actually. It
Yeah.
didn't start today. Long time ago, there's always strike. There's
But then it
always,
seems like it's getting worse.
but it's getting
Yeah, it's getting worse.
It's getting
It's
worse.
worse already. It's worse already.
The worst part of it is this one that is ongoing now.
Yeah.
Is this one we're talking about losing 1 year.
1 year.
Their children are not in public schools. That is the problem. So that they don't care. The whole president of the Federal Republic gives an order to the minister, fix it in 2 weeks. It took another 4 months. Even right now, as we talk,
It took beyond 4 months.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
the problem is still-
We're now talking about half salary. And these are the people ASU went through. First of all, they will give notice of strike.
Right.
Government will sit down, claiming that they don't know. Give another notice of strike. Went through the labor union argument before going on strike. You give one strike, another. Federal government will cross their leg. They don't do anything until the strike begins. Before they now say, okay, negotiation. What is that? What is that?
Justify
We're talking
time.
about the future of our children. Without education, there cannot be future for our children.
It's
That's right.
disappointing.
So somebody is buying phone for 100 million naira. That 100, do you know what 100 million naira is?
It can empower a lot of people.
Are you talking about empowerment? You check the whole state. Now calculate how much an individual worked for for your life, entire life. Federal government, civil servant, public servant, the whole of your life. Can you work that money?
100
It's
million.
100 million naira.
It's
So you
around
just
10.
carve it out. It's just like a fraction of what you have. You don't even feel it
Yeah, that's true.
to pick the form. So that tells you where we actually.
Do you have any other trending story there?
Yeah, on the Punch newspaper, talking about 5% interest rate. Private sector predicts factories to shut down. Am I getting it right? Yes.
Yeah, there's a prediction.
It shut-
There's a
Yeah.
prediction
Shuts
that
down
most factory will
higher
definitely shut
values.
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, are we going backward? Are we going backward? Why don't you see on our page of newspaper one day?
16.5% interest rates.
Okay, I'm trying to say something now.
Okay.
Why don't we see good news on our front page of something that government has done? Why don't we don't everything? Why are we going backward? Are we going backward? We just finished talking about us now. We're talking about companies, industries shutting up. So where are we going? Is there hope for our children? That is the point.
But I love that question you asked. But can I ask you a particular question or something about? I used to hear people talking about Is it that they used to give something like a bond or something like a grant? Just the federal government would just come out, release one kind of money to the people, do whatever you want to do with it. Is that true?
Keisha, please don't make me crown this set. Don't make me crown this set. Okay, during COVID,
Right.
they were still they gave us budget or how they spent money. for school feeding.
Right.
During COVID, when there was
During lockdown, yeah.
During lockdown. And then after that, they now say they are giving palliative of billions of naira to people. Where are the beneficiaries? I've never seen one beneficiary. I'm sorry to say. I didn't benefit. Did you benefit? Did you benefit? Let me ask the cameraman. Nixon, did you benefit? No. That's the point. They will announce bogus budget, bogus amount, and maybe 1 or 2, 3 benefited, and the money is gone. That's the problem. Are we going backward or going forward? God help us in this country.
Now, you know, I don't know if I can take us a bit away from this, but still connected to it. What makes a citizen of a country? It's based on the rights, the citizen's rights.
That's right.
The Constitution made provision
Exactly.
for
You have a say.
You have a say.
That's right.
There are fundamental human rights. That means
Exactly.
whether there's a law in place or there's no law, these ones, they are fundamental, God's given right to human beings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, in Nigeria, we need to ask ourselves, what actually makes me a Nigerian? Is it because I live in Nigeria? And if it's as a result of me living in Nigeria, which means there's someone who is a foreigner that is more Nigerian than I am.
Yeah.
Why? Because they enjoy a lot of immunity, a lot of privileges, a lot of rights that
Exactly.
I don't have.
Exactly.
For example, you see the Chinese people here walking around with mobile police, protecting them, and you know, a lot. But we're asking ourselves, who are these Chinese? What do they have?
Exactly.
Extortion, exploration. How can you save foreigners, destroy the citizens? So for me, I just feel that they don't just know a lot of us as Nigerians. I'm just saying that because of you asking, when will you see good news on it? If they see us like citizens, definitely they will treat us as.
But do you think the citizens actually try to exercise these rights? I mean, Nigerian citizens.
Well, there are policies in place that you don't even have machineries in place, and that you don't even have a say when you see this. For example, we are talking about this now. If there's a limit, even though we have freedom of expression, is our constitutional right that we can say it the way it is, but your freedom is not guaranteed. The freedom of this media is not guaranteed after our program here.
Yeah.
When you say certain things,
Exactly.
is that we are not, law abiding? We are, but there are machineries in place that
we are, because we are doing what is right. We are contributing our quota to the development through this medium.
That's right.
Now, I remember what one of our guests here said, barrister, who said, unfortunately, citizens who have been kidnapped.
right.
And I see a point in it, because we don't have, citizens don't have a say. You say, they say you talk too much. Meanwhile, it's in the constitution that you have a right to say. That's the point. Now, during a 911 case, an American firefighter demonstrated an attitude that I'll never forget the story.
Yeah.
A firefighter was on duty in the building. He left for home. On his way home, he put on his radio and discovered that's the place he just left to.
He just left there.
He learned that the World Trade Center was on fire. He turned back to go and help the situation. But they saw and I didn't know whether the man survived. But how many of us? Because this is a man that has been treated well by his country.
Right.
He can fight for his country. He can stand up for his country. He can salute his country. When the national anthem of his country is being sung, he can stand up and salute and say, this is my country. You are taking care of, you take care of your security, you take care of your water, you take care of your electricity, everything. You cannot even vouch on what government can do for you. But the other part of the world, somebody can. This is America. You are proud of your country because your country has done well for you. When you recite the national anthem, you just say it for saying sake, because your mind is not there, because you are not happy with your country.
Okay. But
where
don't
can
you
we
think,
get
Mr.
there?
Ruben, don't you think our unity is still at stake, because somehow we don't speak with one voice as Nigerians? That's what I've noticed.
Okay.
Too. Because another thing that could still drive such is unity. If we have one voice, we speak together as citizens, we talk as one. There's a great extent to which the government can actually carry out certain actions.
You think that is a way out? Now, the issue is, the good book says something, how can two work together except
they agree?
Agreement. Now, if you're talking about unity, you can't force it to be. We are not united, and we are not meant to be. Why? We have a different culture. If there is no communication, we can work together. There's no communication, we can work together.
Yeah.
Now, you have people that don't have value for human life. It's a culture. In their culture, they don't have value for human life. In your culture, you have value for human life. And you guys are living together. You can agree because they slaughter human beings like cows. And in your own area, you slaughter cows for celebration. Am I right? Yeah. So for us to say, okay, first of all, let's talk about the unity. There can be a unity in Nigeria that will make us speak the same language because we don't communicate.
Exactly.
Now, we look at what is going on. I told you about the story of one of the guests that came on our show, how his vehicle was set ablaze last year in the city of Abuja.
Yeah.
Now, we have a lot of young people in town, in Abuja here. They don't speak English. They don't speak English. When you try to communicate with them, there's no communication. They are doing businesses. The only language they understand is violence. If they don't understand the amount you call, they get angry with you. So these are the things we are talking about. From where they are coming from, they have orientation that you are going there to dominate.
Exactly.
Who are you going to dominate? The person has a land. They have a geographical location. You're walking away from where you're supposed to be. So I'm just looking at this, that if we keep on looking at the unity of Nigeria, we may not get that easily. But back to where you were talking about, where he mentioned the unity aspect of it, that is where it begins. We can't even begin from there. Let me also shock you. Do you know the treatment the employers give to employees in Nigeria?
I'm telling you.
It's heartbreaking.
Man inhumanity.
Inhumanity. They don't have value for the employer. Exactly. They don't even know. Then you get to also see some employees. They don't have value for the investment of their bosses.
That is a problem. So
if we are going to look at all this, it's two ways. It has to do with you disciplining yourself to know that, okay, it's just like you marrying a wife and you don't know what your wife wants, or you don't know what your husband wants. So it becomes a very big challenge.
We can get to that level because it's being done other parts of the world.
Of the world, right?
It's one of our guests also told us the other time that he told me behind the cameras, Malaysian Prime Minister went to a bar to take a drink with his friends after work, and then he mistakenly put the bill of his cook in government budget for government to pay. I'm sure he had been going out before, but this day maybe mistake, I don't know. A bottle of Coke.
Right.
Then the next day he was given a query why he put the budget of the Coke he drank in government coffers. Let me tell you, he resigned because a vote of no confidence was passed on him not by the system. By the system.
The check and balances.
So the system, you run the system what you should do is resign honorably. Honorably. In this country, people will be doing wrong things. Followers, as you say, followers. People will be doing wrong things. We'll be clapping for them. Clapping for leaders who are doing wrong things. Imagine that. We are talking about unity.
Yes.
You know, it's happening well in the other part of the country, right? Part of the world, but it's not happening here. He is my brother.
Where then is the place of the legislation?
We're the same religion. It's from my place.
Yeah.
So because it's from your place, he's doing the wrong thing, there's no problem.
Overlook it.
You know,
But somebody else
that's
from the other place is doing the wrong thing, you can shout.
Yeah.
But for your own, because it's my person, hey, no, it's my person, it's my brother, it's my sister, it's my religion, it's wrong. You cannot get it anywhere.
no, there's something one of these prophets, popular, well-renowned prophets, actually said a few days ago when he was, a lot of political leaders keep on, visiting and asking a lot of things to support them. He made a remarkable statement. He told them in a press conference that he graduated from ethnicity to realities. So he's from the north. I'm talking about the prophet Isa Ebuba.
Okay, Elbuba.
Ebuba, yeah.
From Plateau State.
Yeah, from Plateau State. So
Yes.
he told them, he said he came from the same place with one of these presidential candidates, and he was not ready to support anybody as a result of we are from the same place.
Yeah.
So that was actually remarkable that he
Wow.
could actually speak up and told the people. In fact, he just had to say, at this point in time, the only person that is credible enough, I'm not trying to be political, is Peter Obi. He said it in the press conference. So
Okay.
people watch him all around the world to say, okay, this is what it is like.
That's commendable.
Yeah, before I go on break, I saw a story, one interesting story from Kogi State. The Inspector General of Police was in Kogi State,
Right.
and then while meeting the governor, he said, Kogi is no longer safe for criminals. And I say amen. So, well, AIG is trying to say that Kogi is free from crime. Music, can you say amen to that prayer too?
Amen. It's a good prayer.
Okay.
I don't think I can say prayer. Say
Amen to that.
But
No.
why?
I can say amen.
Okay, maybe the man is hopeful. Maybe he's talking about tomorrow.
He's speaking for the
Because
maybe
crime
future.
is everywhere.
It's
Kogi
everywhere.
State.
It's everywhere. In Abuja, do you know a lot? Do you know what happened every street in Abuja? It's because they're not captured by the government. We see them every day. And we also have a very wonderful story coming from Katsina governor. I'm talking about Masari,
Okay.
who presented a budget to the House in tears, crying so
In
well
tears.
because it was
Yeah.
his last budget he was presenting to the.
Crime for what?
So a lot of questions, reactions from the public
That's
asking why
dramatic.
he was. Yeah, maybe he was emotional anyway. So he called it a budget of transition, and he was crying profusely regarding this. So
Let me cry. Let me cry. Well, that cry, I don't know whether it's genuine or whether it's dramatic, whatever it is.
he's going to miss the privileges.
Okay,
the
maybe,
enjoyment, and,
I don't
the
know.
office.
Maybe he has been relating with his people well. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's something is missing. Maybe it's the cover that is missing. Or
Right,
whatever.
but what difference does it make? I don't understand.
Hey, it's
What
good.
difference, really? Because if you are a governor of a state and you think you've probably served your tenure, it's time for you to leave. And now you're presenting.
It is the people that should be crying that you are
things
leaving.
that they are missing you.
That's right.
So what could that represent?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not trying to just trying to call their bluff anywhere, but we also have another story on this oil drilling in the north.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Oil in the north.
oil in the north
Okay.
right now. A few days back, we saw the northerners coming out to say at this time we are not ready to experience what Niger Delta are experiencing when it has to do with pollution and the rest of other issues, challenges that comes with you know, that kind of a thing. And the question Nigerians are asking, oh, so they can actually destroy a part of Nigeria, the Niger Delta, let it just go the way it is, whatever happened, let it, and in the north where there's oil, you are saying no to oil spill, and the rest, drilling and the rest. Well, we saw the governor of Gombe State, who actually came out to say, Northeast oil drilling, we will avoid mistakes made in Niger Delta.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think he's speaking hope now.
Yeah. There are a lot of miscalculation,
right,
and the misuse of our economy when it comes to Niger Delta. Oil are being drained and misused. People having their personal oil well, and a lot of, you know, oil is where the boom is. Everybody's interested in the oil. In fact, oil is our only foreign earner, which is not so. So I hope that other parts of the, well, my state is the latest as far as Kogi State is the latest as far as we're now oil producing. Anyway, so
congratulations.
Thank you very much. So we hope that as a Kogi, when you see, try to see me, I'm now from oil producing. You two are from oil producing now.
Well,
Cross River, right?
We're meant to be, and somehow.
What's your state duty?
It's Delta.
Oil producing too now. So I have joined you. I have joined the train. No problem. It's okay. That's all right. Chances and acceptability of candidates is what we are going to be discussing when we return from this break. Keisha, Beauty, we'll see in a while. All right. Koi, take it away.
Television Nigerian is one of the leading giants in Nigeria's digital broadcasting. We deliver quality productions to clients from all sectors of life. We are experts in program streaming, event coverage, news reporting, adverts, documentaries, personality profiling, skits, and jingles. You can advertise now on Television Nigerian network platforms or sponsor programs like The Patriot, Spectacle, Business Daily, Security Dossier, and other programs. To publicize your business from ground state to the zenith, we have the capacity to introduce, promote, and publicize your businesses to increase patronage. We associate with quality to attract clients like you. Television Nigerian is your media solution.
All right, it's good to have you back on our program, Break Africa on Television Nigeria TVN. Well, it's been an amazing time having a very wonderful segment this morning with Mr. Ruben and Beauty here talking about the trending stories. And don't forget that we have a very wonderful segment after the trending stories. And today we'll be looking at this amazing topic that, well, we have a lot of people out there asking who is going to be the president of Nigeria. I don't know, and I believe you don't know. And I listened to someone who said something, said, I know who is not supposed to be the president of this country, but I know who should be. You know, things like that can actually...
That's a good one.
Yeah. So
that he knows who will not.
Who is not supposed to be.
Who is not supposed
to be.
Okay. I think me too, I know who is not supposed to be. But I'll not mention their name.
Okay.
A lot of them are not supposed to be, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so if you're going by that, if you ask me who is not supposed to be, do you think it's going to be like as right?
I don't know. But what is there is that there can be only one president.
Right.
And as I'm talking to you now, it's only God that knows, because God knows tomorrow. Yeah. God knows the future. It's only God that knows. Since it's God that knows our next president, let's pray to the same God to help us, followers, to help INEC, to help voters, so that the right person will be there, and may the right person be there. Beauty, can I have an amen?
Amen.
Okay. That
Well,
is it. So,
there's another part of prayer that you've not prayed to.
okay.
God also need to remove the people that are not needed in politics that
Oh,
kept us
It's
where we've
very
been.
important.
A big
Very-
amen to that.
Because
very
we can't
important.
lead
Big amen.
alone.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we have rotten politicians. As I said before, in the other part of the world, if a politician is talking, you can see sincerity.
Right.
But here, somebody is talking, you know that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. But meanwhile, his interest in his pocket.
Yeah, you see what is happening, playing out in the in United States right now. You remember how Donald Trump actually left the office, and a lot of people work against and said, no, Donald Trump is not meant to be the president of this country. We can give the White House to him for the second term. Today, what is happening? A lot of people, some hours back, barely 48 hours, we have over 50 million people who voted for Donald Trump's Twitter account to be restored.
Yeah.
And it came on live. So a lot of persons are asking, okay, Donald Trump, we want you back, because they tried Joe Biden. And so this guy is not capable enough.
And Alan, he's trying to come back.
Yeah, definitely. He
Yes.
said he's returning back to
Okay.
complete his term.
Okay, let's hope that the Americans will accept him. But meanwhile, we're talking about
Nigeria.
chances and acceptability of our candidate.
Yeah.
As I said before, we have 18 of them jostling for the number one position in this country, and only one person will be there. But we can see visibly only 4 political parties are very visible. Talking about APC, Labour Party, PDP, and NNPP.
Right.
And these are the ones that are very visible for now. And the question is, what are their chances? All the political parties have issues. APC has the issue of Muslim ticket. That is a minus, a great minus for them, because can, from the word go, can does not accept that, because it has automatically ab initio eliminated Christians from being the vice president. And meanwhile, from the inception of this country, it has been Christian, Muslim, or Muslim, Christian.
That's right.
That's how it has been. Except when you have, where we have a state particularly dominated. For example, in Kano State, you should not expect Muslim Christian or Muslim Christian. Okay? In Sokoto State, the same thing.
Right.
Okay? In Cross River, they have to be Christian because we have Christians are dominating.
That's right.
That's how it is. But where you have maybe 40-50 or 60-40, you should have, for example, in Plateau State, in Nasarawa State, you have maybe Christian, Muslim, because it's 50. And Adamawa State, the same thing. But when you have in extreme east, extreme north and extreme west, we should have that Muslim or Christian. But for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it has continued to be Muslim Christian or Christian Muslim. But this time I have I'm talking about the minus from my perspective, the minus for APC. Okay, so can I say that the chances of APC is lean in that area? What do you say?
Based on your,
On my
your
calculation,
arguments, right?
Exactly. We're talking about chances and acceptability now.
Yeah.
But of course, we have Christians or Muslims there who say there's nothing wrong with Tinubu himself has been saying it. There's nothing wrong with that he chose Shetima based on the fact that he's a performer, blah 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 blah. So, and there are some Christians too in APC who don't have anything wrong with who have not seen anything wrong with Muslim. I don't know whether it's selfish motive or because of their pocket motive. I don't know. So that could be a minus for APC, but even then, they are taking the risk of going to the poll
Right.
with that.
Well, for me, I'm just thinking that just like, okay, that means we'll take on each political party to look at what the chances are, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so for APC, I'm just thinking that there's something they need to tell Nigerians. First of all, the chances that, okay, the candidate is going to be accepted by all Nigerians, the manifestos of the candidates is also visible enough for Nigerians to buy into. We also look at what are your friends like? There's a saying that show me your friend, and I'll tell you
who you are.
Who you are. Who are the people singing and shouting the APC? These are people that they are calculating, okay, if he suddenly becomes the president, I know how much I can have in my account. So even if the whole state is destroyed today, I don't care about it. For the fact that I will be safe and my family, it goes.
Yeah.
Now, we look at that. Who is actually campaigning for who in Nigeria? Because that is going to bring it's going to make your chances slim in some areas. Yeah, he talks about, that's Tinubu now, talks about the wife being
a pastor in
Redeem, that he was not able to Islamize her. How far is he going to Islamize?
But it's a different ballgame.
It's a different ballgame. If we go by their language, by the speeches they present in the public, they have narrow chances of becoming either president or governor, whatever they are really vying for. If your wife chooses to, there's an agreement between your wife. Nigeria is a big country. The problem is that some of these politicians look at Nigeria to be like maybe one micro organism like that, somewhere that you can always, Nigeria is a big country. So your perception can actually make you have a good chances or just limit your chances.
Yeah, that is the point. And February, March is election time.
Yeah.
We are waiting, and the campaign is on. People are jostling, moving from here, there, selling their manifesto to people. So it's left, when it's time, as I said earlier in the intro, when it's time to vote, go out there and do the needful. That vote can change. The power that we have as Nigerian is our voting card. Vote for the right choices, and then we have the right president, the right governor, the right senators to be there. So we're talking about chances and acceptability, beauty. How far? Chances and acceptability of candidate. We're talking about the APC for now. Before we go to the other party.
For the APC Muslim ticket, I don't think it's 100% correct, especially in a country where we have these two basic religions. Things ought to be done equally so that the other person doesn't feel slighted. I'm taking it from a general perspective now, not on the political, from the political perspective. But then, it's actually right. It's not very correct, because even in our little meetings we hold in one or two associations we belong to, especially here in Abuja, before any prayer takes place, it's either the Muslim party prays first and the Christian closes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, I believe the Christians will feel slighted. That's my take.
Yeah, that's okay. That's your okay. We have said that before, and that is the stand of Christian Association Nigeria and other Christians too. But other Christians also do not see anything wrong with it. That's all right. Okay.
But you also look at it from the aspect of the people you are getting voting into power again comes 2023. They've been in power. What is your scorecard like? What are your track records?
Yeah.
What have you done so
What
far?
new thing are you bringing to the table?
What new thing are you bringing?
But whether or not you like it, some Nigerians have a lot to say about the parties.
Yeah, we also look at the number. We also look at the number of people that are saying that, and the number of people that are saying, and that will be defined by the votes we cast, and that day during the polls.
Oh yeah.
Will be very important.
And I'm sorry to say, okay, the Tinubu, there's a lot of backlash here and there about the mystery surrounding the certificate, age, business, and other things. It's in the public domain that there's mystery around. we're waiting to see what will come up. Things have been coming up against him, but the spokesman has been.
But Mr. Ruben, don't you think there is so much focus on Tinubu in this election?
There's so much focus on Tinubu. When you have a lot
negatively or positively.
That's I don't know. Let me be negatively or positively.
When you have beauty, when you have a lot of
3 aspirants.
Let me quickly tell you something. You come from a community, right?
Yeah.
Now in your community, you have this guy that his name is well pronounced everywhere. Am I right?
Yeah.
Just think about it. Maybe in your primary school days, secondary school days,
True.
there's this guy that always come to mind. He may not be a good guy, but anytime something happens, he's always in the picture. So when you see people talked about you so well, find out why they are talking about you.
That's true.
So that is what is happening here.
It could be negative.
It could be negative, could be positive.
Exactly.
You talk about some of the things. If the chances again, we are discussing again regarding the political actors here. First of all, people who speak for the APC candidates don't always drive home their points or to tell us why this man should be voted for. The reasons they give to us is actually different from the reasons the political the candidate is giving us.
Yeah, he has performed in Lagos.
Good. He performed in Lagos, and yesterday I tried.
What has he performed in Lagos?
What has he done? Because all the road network, everything you see in Lagos, they were set in place because Lagos was actually the first or the second capital because it was in Calabar before moving to Lagos. So if you look at all these things in place, who are the people singing his praise, and why are they singing his praise? His praises. Don't forget that there was an argument again that he doesn't know his state of origin, that he is not from Lagos State. That story has been there. Nobody has come out to say, okay, no. How do you make your money? They started saying he was in the business. And the questions are, okay, there are a lot of records from USA. Okay, you work in a place where your salary was like $2,000. And suddenly you own 10 accounts in 10 different accounts, and millions are flowing in that account. So all these things are chances that we look at to say, okay, maybe they need to really preach more and be clear in their preaching, make their points.
Exactly.
So does that mean the other 2 aspirants does not have their faults?
No, we're picking the one after the
APC. But even then, something is counting well for him. The fact that he was able to manage Lagos very well. Lagos there was a time he had a problem with the president of Obasanjo then. Right. Obasanjo was not was not giving Lagos his financial due, and then he didn't mind. He made sure that what was generated for Lagos was enough for Lagos without the federal allocation. That's it. We should clap for him for that. And then they should clap for him for that. I'm not the one clapping because I
was going to ask more
questions. People should clap for him for that. Now, he was able to give birth to other politicians that he has brought people up, that he's a good businessman, blah, 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 blah. So, that also is counting for him. So, my last word on it, Nigerians are seeing, voters are seeing. Is Tinubu your candidate? Go for it. Is he not your candidate? That you have a choice to make.
Yeah,
with your voting right. As I said before, that quote I quoted at the beginning from the former U.S. Senator Barbara Boxer, who said, every citizen of this country should be guaranteed that their vote matters, that their vote is counted, and that in the voting booth, their vote has a much weight as that of any CEO, any member of Congress, or any president. The president has one vote, you too have one vote. As you are in that booth, to vote, your vote is as powerful. So, for APC, you want to use your vote, use it wisely. Tinubu is your candidate, APC, go for it. Now, PDP. PDP was ruled before APC took over. APC took over in 2015, right?
Yeah.
And they were once upon a time, they were, PDP was a ruling party. Now APC is not a ruling party. Now, Atiku, the man Atiku Abubakar, is the presidential candidate for PDP. And, well, if you mention PDP now, what comes to your mind is their arch enemy or arch Wiki and the other four. They call themselves G5. And they have been good. And they know the quarrel started from the primaries, okay? In the primary, Wiki was there, Atiku, Tambuwal, and the rest. And we all knew that at the dying minute, Tambuwal called on his supporters to vote for Atiku. That's right. Okay? Wike saw that as betrayal because without Tambuwal's people voting for Atiku, maybe he will have won because he became second.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, okay, he has lost, blah blah. Okay, now we're looking for vice presidential candidate. Okay, why not me? Wiki now. Why not me? Who was second? Why are you going for the Delta State governor? And then the mistake that they did was that they took it for granted. Meanwhile, in APC, Tinubu, after the primaries, was going from one aspirant to another, greeting them. We have lost, we are together, was going through all of them. But meanwhile, Atiku, after winning, he relaxed. That was the time to go make friends with Wiki, sorry, no, we are together, blah, 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 pacify him. But they left him. They left him for a while. Meanwhile, the man was angry in his heart. And so, the trouble began to deepen. And so, after 6 months, the trouble is still there. Wiki and the other five, and the other four, they are angry with the system. So, Wiki will get up today and say, I am for PDP. Yet, he's dining Awani with APC, he's dining Awani with Labour, he's dining Awani with the other party. So, the man is aggrieved.
Well,
and that is telling on PDP. Kisha.
Well, I love Wike, not on political reasons, not politically. I love his personality. He's not ready to make lasting enemies in the politics. He's ready to say, okay, the one that I know, let me stick to this, and see how it ends before I can make another decision. You know, let's look at the some of the comments he also made after that. He took PDP back in 2015, where Atiku refused to support Jonathan. They were in the same political party here. And Atiku here said his support was not for Jonathan. If your support is not for Jonathan in 2015, and still in the same political party, in 2023, you are going out there to ask the same people to support you. That was his report. We also saw Daniel Bwala from the same PDP, who made another remarkable statement. I think that was yesterday again. He said something, say Wike is guilty of what is accusing Atiku PDP of. Now he said something, he said his governorship candidate and his deputy are from the same senatorial district, according to the Presidential Campaign Council, Daniel Bwala.
Okay.
So if you look at this here,
You know that Daniel was just left APC.
he
right?
just left APC. Now, if you look at that very well, he said something. He said, Wike chased Obi.
From PDP.
He chased Omei and others out of PDP. Claims Atiku, PDP Presidential Campaign Council spokesman, Daniel. Now, if you're looking at this now, who chased who from here? These are some of the individuals.
Yeah.
We are looking at Daniel. Daniel came to PDP not too long.
Yeah.
If you look at it so well, I would also like us to say, let's not look at the political parties. Let's look at the individuals that keep on pushing us into this confusion that we are right in. Because the one who actually done with APC yesterday or last night, this morning, he's taking breakfast with PDP.
Yeah.
And we hope that during the launch, we're not going to see him in APC. I don't know how it's going to be like.
Beauty.
Nigerians should realize something here, because as for me, I don't understand. Like, it's a game they are playing, but does it really make actual sense? Nigerians should realize the fact that, in fact, that's what, especially the thoughts they raise from among our youths. They should see and realize the fact that these things they are doing is actually a way of, they are luring you and yet withdrawing back. Because if you had a clash with one of your opponents and tomorrow the two of you are friends, yet you are creating another problem using other people. So what legal sense does it make? To me, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Because I heard Omar saying yesterday that the G5 is now G6 because it's now part of them.
Yeah, they are expecting two more. They are expecting two more to join.
Wow,
the
that is
G5.
a great minus for PDP there.
Yeah, the chances in PDP they are not getting better, because if you look at it very well, let's check the score they had during the 2015 general election. How many votes were they able to secure 2015? If you look at that vote now, there was no Peter Obi then.
Yes.
Yes.
Peter Obi stepped in now.
That's right.
So let's believe that some of the PDP we also have back then, we have few of them in Labour Party, which means that their vote is also splitted. Some of the people that were in PDP that voted PDP in 2015, most of them they are also in APC today, which means that some of their votes will be out. Then at this point in time, what are the chances that this guy, the PDP party, will be the main party?
Yeah, so that's the point. We have talked about APC, we have talked about PDP. So as you said, when time to vote comes, is it APC you want to vote for? Is it PDP? The choice is yours.
Right.
Now to NNPP. Kwankwaso is the party is new, that's okay, but the party is very strong in Kano. Apart from Kano, is there anywhere that they have candidates everywhere, but how strong is NNPP? It's a new party, quite okay, but as you said earlier, the man at the head is a very strong politician.
Yeah,
okay, you cannot take that from him.
That's right.
Because he has been the governor of Kano State 2 times. He has been a senator, and he has been in the political terrain.
You also remember that some of the
time.
dramas that took place during the National Assembly, locking the premises, how he was a key actor during
that time.
the story.
Yeah.
That's
There were
right.
some of them that went in through the fence, and the rest, they were all together.
So he has been around politically.
He's been around,
anyway.
yeah, he's been
okay,
around.
so what is not what may count against him is the fact that the party is new and he's the only strong person there. Okay, so let's see how it goes for him. Okay, now the fourth most visible party, that is the Labour Party, headed by Obi, who you just reminded us that is an offshoot of PDP too. Obi is there. Labour Party had been there for a very long time,
That's
but
right.
the Labour Party itself, was popular at a point because is said to be an offshoot of Nigeria Labour Congress, because the party is supposed to belong to the Labour, okay? All right? Was Oshomole at one point a member of a Labour Party? Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was, okay. And then Mimiko too was member of a Labour Party. Now they're all out. Now P2B stepping into Labour suddenly popularized the party. As a matter of fact, P2B is even more popular. Is still more popular than but they have an assignment to do to make sure that they put the faces together. P2B, now be Labour, that kind of thing. Because the name P2B is like seems to be more visible than the Labour Party. So it's the party has been in the system for a long time, but P2B stepping in has upgraded the party, and incidentally, the man seems to be enjoying popularity from the youth, because anywhere you go, you see crowd, and people believe that Obi's crowd is not rented. That's the belief of the people.
Yeah, it's not
rented. And is a product of NSAS, the youth stepping together to give him that support. So Obi and Labour Party, they seems to be enjoying the atmosphere for now in the social media, and anywhere he goes, obedience is getting popular. Peter Obi and Dati, that is and they are young people.
Yeah.
Okay, they're young people, and people want to say, okay, people are saying that, okay, we have tried PDP, we have tried PC, are we trying Labour Party? So that's the calculation now. Beauty.
Yeah, Peter Obi's popularity in Labour Party is actually visible because of the youth. But then I ask a question: how ready are these youth for the election?
Do they even have PVC?
Seriously, most of them you get to ask, do you have PVC? They'll give you one excuse or the other. Are you ready to vote? They'll say, don't worry. How many of them are actually ready for this election? That's my fear. If not, really the youth are out for Peter Obi.
Okay.
Yes.
Chances and acceptability of candidate. That's what we're discussing. But let's take a short break. We'll be back to continue the discussion. Then we'll round up from there. Koik, take it away.
Your body bang, 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 your body bang. And I give us when you take a selfie, when you take a pose, you the ginger the boy. Every time you bend the low, come on girl, when you take a selfie. When you take a photo, you the ginger the boy. Every time you bend it.
Want to shoot a dope music video at 50% discount?
50% discount?
Yeah, 50% discount. Bougie Down to Television Nigerian with world-class equipment and a badass expert crew.
Okay, face your camera now. Shh. Continue.
Where was I? Everything extra.
Hello, you're welcome back to the program again, my viewers. I am Beauty Akbaridu, and we've been talking for some time now on chances and acceptability of candidates come 2023 general elections. And I have with me here in the studio my colleagues, our in-house analyst, Mr. Ruben Okala and Keisha. Please stay back as a coach.
Now, we're talking about chances and acceptability of candidates. We have talked about APC and its chances. We're talking about PDP and its chances, and we're talking about Labour Party and its chances before we... Okay, we're talking about NNPP too.
NNPP, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say something. You made a statement that youths are really coming out for obedience, and there's this move within them. You know, what I see in APC, Labour Party, is like you've been in prison for so long.
Okay.
And you need a lawyer. And probably they said, okay, Barrister A is coming to free you. He's the only lawyer that can free you. And suddenly, right in the prison, in a cell, you just heard the voice of this same man. And from all indications, probably he's saying, okay, I'm here now. Kisha need to be released. I'm here now. The Nigerian youths need to be released, need to be delivered. I'm here now. The Nigerian youths need to be given the jobs. Now I'm here now. The Nigerian youths need to be shown a way to be creative. And what will you do? You'll be happy, even though you are still in the prison.
Yeah.
You have this kind of faith stirred up in you, this hope that, okay, my lawyer is finally here. I think that is what is really happening with the youth. They just see the future.
Yeah.
Peter Obi is communicating with the youth.
That's right.
Peter Obi is not sending anybody to them. Now the youth took it upon themselves, say, okay, we've seen a leader in Peter Obi, and we are ready to go with him. And you know what? It's also a very serious and remarkable move for other leaders to see that, okay, there's something that we've been doing for over the period of democracy that has not been, it's not been going well with Nigerians.
Yeah.
Because Peter Obi, where is Peter Obi coming from? Where is this guy coming from? Just from somewhere yesterday, Boston, everywhere.
Boom,
is Peter
it's
Obi.
everywhere.
So
It's
we
everywhere.
should ask ourselves, why is it so?
Why?
We can't kill the movement. Ask yourself, why is the movement gathering momentum every day and night? Why even the pregnant women, we saw a policeman who said they are ready to donate their salaries for Peter Obi campaign.
Wow.
Yeah, the video is trending.
I saw on social media one time, a couple after wedding,
Right.
there was a rally in Abuja.
It was a rally in Abuja, yeah.
After church,
Yeah.
they went there with their wedding gown,
Yeah.
to the rally ground.
Yeah,
wow.
it was there. And you know one,
Wow.
one remarkable thing about Peter B, something, I don't know if you have listened to this interview, where they had to carry out a careful study of his administration as the governor of Anambra State. You know that when Peter B was the governor of Anambra State, he went home one day, that all through his tenure as a governor, he never awarded a contract to his brothers. Now, when the brother asked him, the first question he asked him, or what he told the brother, he said, I've been with you for years, I've not known you as a contractor. What are you going to do with this?
Exactly.
He never awarded a contract to the brothers or to any of his family members, because all his life he said, I don't know you, I've not known you as a contractor. So these are the kind of people we are talking about. Now, let me shock you as we're getting close to the program here. Let me use a Cross River State as a case study here. We have some of this road constructed just like, let's say February 2022.
Okay.
And in April, the road is peeling off.
Wow.
That is what we are. Where are the contractors coming from? Why can't they be accountable? Why can't you hold them? It's because the person who is the governor is also a contractor, his brother is a contractor, his wife is a contractor, and every other person closer to him becomes a contractor as a result of him being a governor of the state.
Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah.
So, APC. Is it APC? Is it PDP? Is it Labour Party?
NNPP?
Is it NNPP? The choice is yours. Election is coming, and that one vote is very important. Go out there, do the needful, vote for the candidates of your choice. But have it at the back of your mind that the man you are voting for should be able to change the narratives. The man you are voting for should be able to change the status quo. Are you tired of what is going on? I'm tired of what's going on. Are you not tired of what's going on? Are you tired of- So, if you are tired of what's going on, your vote can count. If you are not, if you think that they are doing well, okay, go ahead and bring them back. That's what I have to say about that. So, it's on this note, ladies and gentlemen, that we have to draw the curtain of this edition of Daybreak Africa on Television Nigeria. Beauty, see your last bye before we go.
So please just try and come out on the election day and vote. It's very important, like we have said. And please stay happy.
Keisha?
Well, viewers, just get back for Nigerians, those that will be eligible to vote, get back to find out who is your political leader coming on board, and find out how far they've gone. Check their pedigree. Also, look out what is their motive behind their aspiration. And secondly, a leader is meant to inspire and not to manipulate. So anyone coming out to manipulate you and not to bring inspiration to you is not worth being a leader. Thank you so much for staying with us.
Daybreak Africa will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow, Beauty and Keisha, I wish you well to continue the discussion. All right, I am Ruben Okala, drawing the curtain to say bye. See you tomorrow on Daybreak Africa. Thank you.